I'm here with another video about Kerala syllabus English lectureship study materials. Module 1 John Dryden Flecknoe Part 2. I have done a video on Flecknoe Part 1. Those who haven't seen that, please watch it and come to here and watch this one. So it will be easy for you to understand the second part. So when we are learning for Kerala PSC English lectureship examination, we have to concentrate on syllabus. So these videos I am preparing based on the syllabus, especially based on the syllabus. So I am giving objective questions that is mainly focusing on the question paper pattern. So it will be helpful for those who are preparing for Kerala PSC English lectureship examination. Okay, so I am moving on to the lesson. So the first one is He means John Dryden institute a comparison between Ben Jonson and Shadwell and falls later as a plagiarist. So that is Dryden's opinion that he is presenting through this mock heroic satire. Flecknoe first appeared in 1682 in an unedited and probably in an unauthorized edition printed in London. So we have already discussed that after writing this Flecknoe, he didn't give to publication till 1682, and that was also an unedited one. And later in 1684, D. Green Jacob Tonson published an edited and authorized copy of poem in London that is named as Miscellany Poems, that is included in the Miscellany Poems of John Dryden. So that is about the publication of Flecknoe. The design of the poem Flecknoe is a happy and ingenious. It belongs to Dryden himself, set to the type as Veronian satire. So Dryden himself categorizes this type of mock heroic poems in Veronian satires. So Veronian, this name came from a Latin word verono. That is also I am discussing in this video. So before that, as A.C. Ward observes, Flecknoe has a double claim of immortality. That is A.C. Ward's observation about Flecknoe. So when we are learning about a poem, we have to know the critic's opinion about that poem. So A.C. Ward's opinion about this poem is also an important one when we are looking through that point of view. Then the term means Veronian satire, that is derived from Vero, a Latin poet, means studious of laughter, that is a meaning of Vero. Then Dryden and Shadwell had once treated each other amicably but became enemies because of the different views of the following. So earlier they were very good friends, but later they had different opinion on different points. So that is the reason why they have separated together. So they were separated in the matters of politics. So in politics, Dryden was a Troy and Shadwell was a Whig. That is a reason for their enmity. So that is also become a reason for their enmity. Then comes religion. Shadwell offended Dryden when he satirized Catholic and Anglican priests in a play entitled The Lancashire Witches and Tegu O Daily Irish Priest. That is in 1682. So in that one also Shadwell and Dryden were having different opinions. Shadwell expressed his opinion in this book, which was entirely different from that of Dryden. And Dryden was considering becoming a Catholic at that time. So that is also become a reason. Then in literature, Shadwell and Dryden differ strongly on who was the better writer, Shakespeare or Ben Jonson. Dryden took part the Shakespeare's and Shadwell idolized Ben Jonson. So that is also become a reason for their enmity. Then Shadwell attacked Dryden in the Medal of John Byers, that is in 1682. So Shadwell's work, the Medal, was a reason for Dryden to write this Flecknoe. The poem is set in London, referred to a poem as Augusta. In this poem, London is represented as Augusta. Augusta is a feminine form of Latin Augustus, the name of one of the ancient Roman most powerful leader, Augustus Caesar. So that is also an important point about Flecknoe, that London is described in this poem as Augusta. Dryden incorporates numerous references to Shadwell's life and allusions to his dream, with Flecknoe concluding all arguments but most is placed pursued that for anointed dullness he was made. So in this poem, Dryden had portrayed his physical appearance, about his work, all these things he had presented in a satirical manner. Through the voice of Flecknoe, Dryden compares the two play writers of the early 17th century, Thomas Heywood and James Shelley, to the figure of Moses and Isaac, in that they have prepared the way for coming of Shadwell. Wood and Shelley were but types of thee, the last great prophet of tautology. So in this poem, along with Shadwell, some other poets also introduced, or Dryden had mocked these poets like Thomas Heywood and John Shelley. When we are learning in detail, we have to understand these points also. Then thoughtless as monarch oak that shades the plain and spread in solemn states of spinly rain. Heywood and Shelley were but types of thee, thou last great prophet of tautology. This is the same lines that I have quoted a few minutes back. Then Dryden has presented Shadwell as a plump person. Physical appearance is described in this poem. So I have already told you that Shadwell's physical appearance and his creations have also presented or mock heroically presented in this poem. So that is why he is presented, his belly also presented, his physique also presented in a manner of a satiric presentation. And this poem is consisting of 217 lines, which is in heroic couplet. Then the next one, Shadwell's enormous stupidity is highlighted throughout the poem. According to Dryden, he is not a perfect person. Shadwell is not a perfect person. He is having lots of drawbacks according to Dryden. That is what he is presented in this poem. His corpulence, his mountain belly and his addiction to opium are referred to. So this corpulenceness, that means his physique. Overfactored physique is mentioned here. Then his mountain belly, his tummy, and his addiction to opium. All these things have been presented in this poem. Then poem by drawing a parallel to the biblical story of Mentle of Elia falling on the shoulders of Elisha, giving him a double portion of his prophetic spirit. That is a concluding imagery or a concluding part of this poem, Flecknoe. So hope you have understood this poem very well, and I'll be back with another video. If you like my video, please subscribe it and like the button, and just press the bell button also to get the notification of my videos. Okay, see you later. Thank you.